Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. I normally start with 3 house cards and then build a reading from there. So wants to come as well. 8th house. Okay. Chiron and solar eclipse, and we've got Scorpio. So we've got Scorpio and the 8th house. Scorpio normally rules the 8th house, so you've got a double whammy coming in there. We've got Saturn return age as the bottom of the deck. Let's get some goddess guidance. Got Sekhmet coming in, Bust, too many. We've got Cordelia. Okay. Bottom of the goddess deck is Irene. Peace. Let's get a destiny card now. Strength. Okay, you've already got strength there as well, so this is a big theme for you. Get a fairy tarot. Let's try again. We've got 2 here, we've got 3 of summer and ace of spring. Bottom of the fairy tarot is Princess of Autumn. Okay. All right, so 5th house. This is the house of children, so it can also be your inner child, but otherwise children around you or children that you're associated with. It can also be about creativity, all forms of creativity, whether this is with your children or whether it's within yourself. We are all born creative, but not all of us are born artistic. So it's about using your creativity in everything that you do. And this will help to raise your vibration and your consciousness as well, because then you're really tapping into your inner essence. Each one of us has our own stamp of individuality or originality, you know. It's also the house of recreation, all forms of recreation, anything fun, happy, outgoing. It can be social, it can be sporting, or it can be some other physical activity, but it's about all forms of fun, recreation, and getting out and about and enjoying yourself, anything that's enjoyable. It's also the house of love affairs, and it's the house of risk. So for some people this may be to do with stock market or stock exchange, and in some cases even gambling, but it really is a risk, anything associated with risk as well. So now I do feel that there is some aspect coming in here, either to do with your children or it's to do with your inner child. This can also be about birthing as well, so conception and birthing, if that is appropriate for you. So with Chiron healing, this is about tapping into nature for all things, all natural therapies, natural healing, natural remedies. It can also be medicinal. But it's about exploring all of those aspects, understanding them and using them for yourself, or just trying various ones, or as it may be for your children. And some of these remedies and therapies work on multiple levels. It's not just the physical level. It goes right through to the emotional. This is homeopathy, chiropractic, naturopathy, any form of natural therapy. Chiron rules anything to do with that. It also, as I said, rules medicine as well. So in some cases, there may be a trip to a sort of a like a hospital or a clinic or something like that, or somebody, either you or your family, might have to you might have a little bit of a mishap or an accident. Sometimes that can come in. But Chiron rules all natural things, which will help if it's more to do with the emotional, the material, the mental side, anything to do with that. And also, if you are wanting to study or learn more about any one of those therapies, or just understand it for yourself and then spread that knowledge around, Chiron is very much in favor of that. And for some of you, you may be writing exams or tests or doing some sort of testing procedure, you or your children, and Chiron bodes well for that as well. So the other aspect of Chiron is much deeper. This is the wounded healer. So wisdom through pain. So this can be cycles in your life, or to do with your children or in your children's life, which are repetitive, or it may have happened once before and now it's coming around again. And this is like a general feeling of just a very uncomfortable feeling that rises up to the surface. It may not be the same event exactly, or the same people happening all the time, or the same circumstances, but it's the same feeling keeps repeating. Now, this can be associated with the original wounding, or the first time it happened, can be associated with like an emotional wounding, or it could even be an accident, as in a physical wounding, or a sporting injury or something like that. And it just doesn't ever really seem to heal, So all of that can come in with Chiron. Chiron is about accessing the deeper emotional situation that was occurring around the very first event, the very first time that it happened. Now, this, as I said, can be a physical wounding, but it can also be an emotional wounding, or like a mental shock, or just a sort of a feeling of loss, or something that occurred around that time. It can even be as deep as a betrayal. So something like that. But it's about it's about going inward and pulling out these, opening up these wounds, because they've been sort of suppressed, or like something has grown over there, but it's never really grown properly. So it's about opening that up in complete faith and trust that the universe has got you, opening that up and bringing that wounding, bringing the light into that wounding. So if it's a physical wounding, look at the events that were happening around the physical wounding, what was going on at that time, and deal with the emotions and the memories around that. Bring them into the light, because then they don't hold that much power. So bring them into the light, examine them, and accept that that's the reason why that happened in your life, and what it has brought you to since then. If it's an emotional, or as I said, some sort of deeper wounding, then you do the same thing. You bring it into the light, you open it up, let the light get in, and allow understanding and acceptance to come around that situation. Accept that situation has had a part to play in your life. You must accept it. You have to accept it and acknowledge that it's had a place in your life, and that it's a learning experience. Everything is a learning experience. So whatever has come from that situation, you've learned from it. But it's time to release your energy from there. All right. Because sometimes with situations like that go inward, it's very difficult to release your energy from there, because it gets trapped in that repetitive cycle. And every time somebody comes along, or a situation reflects on that, it hurts again. So So the only way is to open it up, let the light in, and accept that it has a place in your life. Do a forgiveness ritual. Forgive yourself as well, whatever part you played. Forgive the situation so that you can release your energy from there. And then once you've done that, once you've done the forgiveness ritual, then you can allow the healing to occur. So it really is about that whole process, and everything to do with that. And this sometimes you may need help with, whether it's a physical thing or an emotional thing. You can seek help through many, many different avenues to assist you to really get to the bottom of that. In some cases it might be hypnosis, whatever it may be, but seek help if you don't have anybody or any way. But also try to find out for yourself, do research, because often you are your own healer, and this card is about healing. So you are your own healer. Find ways, try different things. Not everything suits the same, not the same healing modality is going to suit everybody. We are all different. We're all constructed differently. The situation was unique to you. So there's many ways that you can apply healing, and this is about actually the search for yourself, searching for ways and means to bring that into the light and release it. So now here you've got Sekhmet, be strong. So you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. All right. So you've also got strength here. So this is a double whammy that you're going to be requiring. There may be other aspects that we'll get into which are going to trigger this or going to enhance this healing that is required at this time. So she's saying that you're stronger than you think you are. So don't think that you can't handle whatever needs to be done here. All right. And it's very important that you do this inner healing work and do this releasing and forgiveness, because then you release your energy. And once you've released your energy from being trapped there, now you pull that energy back to yourself, and you can use that energy for a great many things, for new projects which you're going to be tackling, and new avenues, new directions in your life. And you need all your energy. So don't let it sort of fester there, trapped in some place or some situation from the past which you've now outgrown. So have a positive, victorious mindset in mind, okay? Whether this is, as I said, to do with you and your inner child, or you and your children, or your children may be going through this. This is about having a victorious mindset through whatever is occurring here. And this is also sticking to that victorious mindset, having courage. You've got the lines here. So this is about courage, strength, honor, integrity, all of those things. And also let go of pride, all right? So if you do need to ask for help, or you do need to seek assistance in some way, then don't be afraid to ask. But this is about having that victorious mindset, that outcome which you are hoping for, which you're working towards, and it's ignoring the naysayers and the skeptics, whatever that may be. You may have some, if you perhaps go after a natural remedy or a natural therapy, some may disagree with you and say that it doesn't work or whatever. Just ignore them. This is your own journey. This is about you finding out. Nobody has to know what you're doing. You can quietly go about it in your own way and seek the healing that you require. Now we've got some aspects here coming for the second house. This is also to do many things, but it is about self-worth. So that may be coming in here in some way, shape, or form already with the fifth house. So this is self-worth and everything to do with that, loving yourself, and that is a very necessary form of forgiveness. All right. So when you go about a forgiveness ritual, you need to also forgive yourself and put yourself first in that healing process as well. So self-worth comes up. Also your value systems, what you value in yourself and what you value in others. What you value in yourself must be high. All right, must be high. And that's part of the self-worth process. And then whatever you value in yourself, as long as that is high, then that is what is reflected outwards. And that is what people will see. And that is what how they will treat you from now on, how they will respect you, because your value is high, for yourself is high. But it's also about material value systems and things around you. It's about ownership, material things. But also it may be that you are realizing that certain people or certain things in your life that may have had value before are changing now. In other words, you may be focusing more on your family, which is why you have the house of children here. That's more important than anything, than any material possessions or a material way of life. So that all may be coming up. But it's also the house of income. So you should be getting something coming in to do with your income house, however you earn income. All of that comes in. But as I said, ownership as well. Now this can be anything that you own, but it's also to do with property, real estate. It can even be land. Anything to do with that may be coming up as well. So now you've got here a solar eclipse coming in. So some sort of change, rearrangement. Now it could even be really abrupt. It could even be really unsettling that comes in. Something abruptly comes in and you're forced into the present moment to deal with it, to actually face it, whatever it may be. So, but it's ultimately for your best good, because it's going to turn you around in some way. So this is an eclipse. So it's a normally very quick, very sudden that something may come in. But if you are aware of something sort of lurking on the borders of your mind, or you're just feeling something, take steps to try and preempt it, or try to hit it off at the past. But whatever it comes in, it's going to force you into the present moment to face it. And to deal with it. But this is part of your self-mastery, all right? So it can also be that something amazing comes in and it shifts your reality, or it shifts your situation from an income point of view, which is really going to change how you're looking at things. That can happen as well. So it normally affects relationships. It affects like your profession, your job, and it can also be a relocation or some sort of change from that point of view. So it can affect all of those areas, or one in particular, whatever it is, but something comes in to shift your reality. And this is how you gain self-mastery, because ultimately it's your attitude and your ability to adapt to the change, or to rearrange the circumstances, because you will be uncomfortable. You will have been perhaps in a comfort zone and not really willing to do this or face this, but it comes in, and it's your attitude and your openness to the change, which is necessary to turn you around, all right? So you may have to, it can also be an existing situation that you may have to dive in and fix, change, or create something. But whatever is on the other side of that, whatever work you put in or whatever change you create, is going to be much better for you. And this is the gift of self-mastery, because you learn a tremendous amount during that that whole process. Okay, so take that on board with your second house. And we've also got here Bast Independent. So your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So it's saying that this may give you financial independence, or some sort of income independence. So you could be changing your stream of income, and this is going to make you more independent, or you need to take steps to make yourself more independent in some way. And this is why the solar eclipse is here. It's going to push you in that direction. But it can also be from a point of view where your thought processes, what you think about yourself, what you think about other things, and what you think about your interests and your hobbies and your trajectory in life, which way you are going, your direction, your causes, what is close to your heart. It's being independent in thought about that. So you may be in a relationship, something comes along, and now you are you need to create time and space for yourself. So it's for your own interest, your own hobbies, whatever is right for you. It's about following those independently. So have your own opinions, have your own mindset, have your own space or time in which you can pursue what it is that's important to you, or it could be just thinking independently from those that are around you. It's about that. It's that independence. Cats are very independent, all right? So they're very independent, and in some cases, observing cats or having a cat can teach you a lot about independence, all right? So that may be a side issue for you. But it's saying that your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So this can be strength within yourself, building of your self-worth, which we've already talked about, building up your personal power, your inner power. If you're strong in your mind and you're strong in your inner self, then that is what you are radiating outwards, and this is what people pick up and what they see, all right? And that changes the game completely. So be independent, whether it's just in your thought processes or with regards to your own personal interests or whatever it may be, or whether it's financially. Be independent in that. Aim for that. Now, we've got here 8th house, endings and beginnings, and we've also got Scorpio transformation, or I transform. So these two are together. Scorpio is the sign of the 8th house. So this is a double energy coming in for you. So normally, this is about cycle changes, all right? So obviously there's something changing, and whether you are releasing an old cycle, you're getting healing from that to release that energy to give you a boost now to move forward in some way, or whether it's a financial boost you're receiving, but you're changing cycles in some way. So this is releasing an old cycle, or could be multiple cycles, releasing something, releasing an old cycle, and you go through that period of transformation until you go into the new cycle, and it's that period of creation with that. So this can be applied in a number of areas of your life, but it's the releasing the old to make way for the new. All right. So this could be closing a chapter in your life to open a new chapter. You could be ending something and beginning something. However, just apply it to your situation. It's also about, when you commit to a relationship. So this is normally like a marriage or a long-term commitment. When you commit to somebody, or whether it's to a business relationship, like a partnership, whatever the partnership, whatever the form of the partnership is, there is a melding of the emotional and material resources that go on, and that comes in under the 8th house. How is that going to hang together? How is that going to go together? And it's all the ego around that, and how this is all going to fit together. So just remember what we said about bust independent. All right, so just bear that in mind, especially if it's to do with your income. Have a separate account for yourself, or however you want to apply it. Okay, but this is about how you're going to meld that. So you can meld that in certain ways, but aspects of it are your own. You're independent in some ways and you're joined in others, depending on how you want to do it. Okay, but this is important to be independent. So it could be coming in that form for you. The 8th house also deals with big finance. So this is assets, tax. Tax is hugely important with this. Also investments, insurances, banking, accounting, assets in general, but it can also be to do with legacies, so creating a legacy or inheritances, things like that. The 8th house deals with sex, death, and rebirth. So everything I've described already comes into those in some way, shape, or form. So it could be the rising up of sexuality, or the a change of sexuality in some way, or it can be to do with a death, and this is more like a symbolic death. So this can be the death of an ego death, or aspects of yourself or of your life that are no longer serving you anymore. And this is where the cycles come in. So it's the ending of the cycle and the beginning of a new one. So it's the letting go of all of that. You want to make room for new things, so you have to let go of old things. But it could also be a financial rearrangement or some kind of changing there. It could be creating a legacy, or maybe you're getting an inheritance, or you are creating an getting certain things to do with inheritance sorted out, whatever it is, however it applies to you. But it is also about regeneration and renewal. So this could very well be about sexuality, and there's a regeneration or a renewal or some kind of channeling of that energy in a different way. But it could also be financially, it could be within a partnership, but it can also be the regeneration of your personal power, or your financial power. And this is why we have bust here as well. You may have to heal some inner child issues, or deal with certain children issues here, or there may be some risk involved as well that may be coming in. So, but ultimately work towards your independence, because you can still be in a partnership with somebody, but independent. In a way, find ways to work it so that it's to your satisfaction. And but it's regeneration, renewal, and this can be multiple ways. This can also be health related. It could be in lots of ways. It could just be the return of your personal power. And if you are doing your inner healing and healing old wounds and things like that, and pulling your energy back, doing the forgiveness ritual, then you are going to bring this energy back to you, which is now going to change the cycles that have been existing for a long time in your life. So very important there. And it can also be the rise of your psychic side. In some cases that may be very important for you, being able to discern things, just having a knowing about certain things, that could also be happening. And Scorpio, I transform is pretty much everything what I've discussed, all comes in under this energy as well. So it's a double energy. You can decide how you want to transform. If you're going to be resisting the changes that are coming for you with the solar eclipse, if you're going to resist it, it's going to be a difficult transition for you. All right. If you're going to dig your heels in, or if you're going to be overly stubborn or fixed with your ideas, because Scorpio is a fixed sign. All right. So fixed in ideas, concentration of energy, but sometimes they have trouble letting go. All right. So make sure that you aren't transforming in a way which is for your highest good. Okay. So take all these energies. There may be a few power struggles. There could be a few ego battles, or just expanding certain issues in your life, and the ego takes a back seat. Okay. So whatever is for your highest good. And as I said, we've already discussed the be strong and the independence, even if it's independence of thought, but it's coming into your financial houses. You've got the 2nd and the 8th house are opposite each other. This is personal income. This is much bigger financial stuff. So it certainly is definitely money related in some way here. But it's also about transforming the past and now moving forward into areas which are fresh and new cycles for yourself, and letting go of things that no longer serve you, rising up out of those difficult dark waters which the Scorpios kind of tend to swim in sometimes. They can navigate those dark waters. So this is about, also you may find that feelings and things which have been hidden or suppressed in you, and I feel this is very much to do with the inner child, which is why you're doing the Chiron healing. There may be a lot of aspects which have been hidden or suppressed in yourself which you're now suddenly going to want to express. They're going to come out because this Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and this is the Lord of the underground. All right. So everything that has been hidden or been suppressed or has been just sitting under the surface could very well pop out. It can be quite, it could be a shock, or it could be something that you just didn't see coming at all. Whatever it may be open to the change. All right. Be open to the transformation, because it's ultimately for your highest good. Now we've got here Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. So this can be literally go outside, spend time near the ocean, spend time in nature, spend time with the fairies. She is the 1st of May. That's what she represents. So in some cases, whatever you're going through here, and especially in the 8th house, may manifest around about the 1st of May. So you're now in that period leading up to this. So, but this is about opening up, which is what the solar eclipse is asking you to do, to release old things and go into a new phase, which is all about the 8th house, and bring this fresh air, bring this fresh energy, which is what the Chiron healing is all about. Bring this fresh energy into your life, because it's going to invigorate you. Breathe fresh air, get out into the fresh air, get out into nature, swim in the sea if you can, and just bring in fresh cycles. That's what it's about. Fresh cycles, new changes, new things, new chapters of your life. Bring it in. Be open and welcoming to it. Welcome these changes. Let go of those past things, the ego issues and the dramas from the past. Release what needs to be released. Okay. Bring in the fresh air. It's a symbolic thing. Fresh air, but also get out into nature. And again, as I say, may be manifestation time for you. Whatever is going on within this, Saturn return age, this is the card of like second chances. It's the could've, should've, would've card. So whatever in your past is a could've or a should've or a would've, anything to do with that, you're now going to get, the cycle is turning and it's coming around again. This is a card of maturity. It's a course correct. It's a release and a redirect action. All right. So don't think that you're too young or too old. This is your second chance. This is your chance now. So whatever responsibilities, whatever you had in your life, whatever structures were there before, are going to fall away, or they're going to change, or they're going to need to be rearranged in some way. And this is your chance now to create a life which is better suited for you, or which is more aligned with you now as you are in this life going forward from this point forward. All right. So now you see the gap. Now you create it. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be lots of things you're going to have to let go of. You may also be reaping what you have sown. So there may be some things to tie up and sort out. It's a realistic view of what hasn't worked and what has worked, and bringing the positive and the understanding and the wisdom forward. This is hindsight. Okay. Bring forward only the wisdom and the understanding. Let go of the rest. Okay. Leave it in the past. Your rear view mirror is small for a reason, okay? So be firm with yourself. Some of you may have to be quite ruthless about what you're doing, or you may have to be really discerning about what you're doing. But this is a slower moving energy, but it is a return. So you may be sensing some of these things. But this is your time now to recreate or create something which is better, or go after something which is more suited to you, which is closer to your heart, which is aligned with your values. Remember, I said your value systems may be changing. So this is also a second chance to go after something which is close to you, something which you would have loved to have done, or could have done, or should have done. It could be a person, a place, or a situation. It could be a course of study. It could be a number of things, all right? But this is your chance, your second chance, your course correct, your redirect, your release and redirect action. And this is going to build up tremendous inner strength. Whatever you create from this during the Saturn return cycle will be very strong. Whatever you create may take a bit of time, and you're building a foundation, but it will be very strong. And that is the purpose of Saturn, is to help you build strength, build a very, very strong foundation to stand you in good stead moving forward. But you must build it on sound principles which are aligned with you now. So during April, I do feel that you're going to be doing a lot of this transitionary work, this moving, this endings and beginnings, the solar eclipse, the transition, the healing. All of this is very vital work, because you've got 5 here again. 50 comes down to 5, which it may be the month of May again. So, or it could be a 5, which is relevant to you. It could be 5 days, 5 weeks, even 5 months. But I do feel that May, because we've already had the indication of May and we are in the month of April, that this is going to be relevant for you. So this is about building towards that and then starting to lay your bricks for your foundation. So do the work. Do the inner work now during the month of April. It's an action month. It's an Aries month, very strong Aries energy coming in. So take advantage, all right? Really take advantage to get motor through everything that you need to do, and seek help where you need to. Approach this change or this transition, this revolution with an open heart, open mind. Be optimistic, and that will smooth this transition for you, because there is going to be some difficult parts that are going to come up to be dealt with. But this is important. It's growth. It's a learning experience. We had them all the time, all of us. Nobody is exempt from that. Doesn't matter who you are. Everybody has learning experiences which they've got to go through. And this is about releasing the past so that you can move forward in the future. And don't allow inhibitions to hold you back, or old thinking, old-fashioned thinking, or fixed mindsets, which can sometimes come in, as I said, with the Scorpio energy. Fixed mindsets, unable to change. You need to change. You need to recreate. You need to move forward into different areas or try a different direction. Remember, release and redirect. Don't let age, whether you're younger or older, whatever it may be, don't allow that to hold you back. Take care of your health as well, because this is about building strength in the body. Saturn rules all the strong parts of the body. So this is your ligaments, your bones, your skeletal structure, your teeth, you know, all of the strong, really strong, stretchy parts of the body are covered by Saturn. So make sure that you are looking after your body, your calcium, your magnesium, 2 to 1. Make sure that's really strong. Double up if you're already taking it to keep your body strong, your bones strong, and your teeth. Look after your teeth as well. So, because this is about building strength. This is about building inner strength. And when you build inner strength, then you create outer strength. Whatever's on the inside will reflect on the outside. So, it's about building a very strong foundation for yourself going forward. We've also got Irene Peace here. So, there is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. All right. So, do the inner work. Do everything that has been talked about and suggested here, and be strong. You're going to need to be strong, but be at peace as well. Be neutral, Be neutral about what needs to be done. Be neutral, but firm in your inner strength, your central pillar of strength. Be strong in that about what it is you need to do for yourself. Release and redirect, course correct, whatever you have to do. Do the inner healing and approach the changes with an open heart. But be at peace, because there's happiness on the other side. You've got dolphins there. You've got abundance. You've got happy children. You've got abundance is being shown there, and there's no need to worry. All right, there's no need to worry. Everything is on track. You will have what you need to get where you need to be. But the inner work is important. All right, the releasing is important. But have no fear. Everything is working out beautifully. Now we've got the fairies here. So we've got two beautiful cards here. We've got Ace of Spring. It's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. So this is what we talked about here. Okay, this has already been discussed. You may have to listen to this reading more than once to get it all in, but it's time to take action. This is the ace is the start. This is the initiation energy. You may be getting news. There's a little robin there. There's butterflies, which is all about transformation, which we talked about. It's the Scorpio and the 8th house energy. That is transformation. And she's waving a wand here and creating magic, which is exactly what you do. So be fearless. Which is what I said here. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. So some of you during this transition, this learning experience, and perhaps understanding more natural remedies or natural therapy, some of you may be changing career into that, because you've learned a lot during the process. You've sampled different things, and certain things have worked for you, and now you can use them to help others. And that is another aspect of Chiron. Whatever process, whatever healing process you go through, whatever you come through on the other side, whatever you've learned during that process, you can help others. And this is why the Chiron is represented by a key. Okay, this healing process is a key for you, and it may be a key for others. So you can use that to unlock various things. So there may be aspects of that coming in where you are suddenly realizing certain things and you're now changing a direction. It can manifest in a lot of different ways, but there's certainly changes going on here coming in for you. Very positive card. We've got 3 of Summer, news worth celebrating. I said there's a robin there, so you may be very well receiving news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births, friends you cherish. So this is a celebration of some kind. These are just some suggestions which are coming in for you. So it's an announcement. Perhaps you're making the announcement, or somebody else is, or it could be a new way of life for yourself. As I said, it could be a career thing, whatever it may be. For some of you that are just starting out in life and you're starting to, studying, or you're wanting to move forward in that way, it could be related to finances for you to move forward, or finance, you're receiving finance in order to study, something like that. Or it could be about a graduation. You may be, sort of going through that process. And as I said, with the Chiron, studying and taking exams and tests and things like that is augured well under this energy. All right, so it will go well for you. So apply your energy and do what you need to do. But news worth celebrating, something to be happy about. Spend time with your friends. Enjoy the success, or enjoy this celebration, whatever it may be. We've also got here at the bottom of the fairy deck, Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. Happy news about your career. There it comes in again. So news coming in again. Promotions or scholarships. So graduation scholarships that may be relevant for you. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So it could also be a career change, or something that you're trying to launch, a business. It could even be a creative endeavor. But it's saying that there's something good, very positive coming in for you. But it's also about hitting the books. So there's studying, or you may have already been studying, and now the hard work is starting to bear fruit for you. But it's also, you may be wanting to research something, or look things up, or network, or learn different things. All of this comes in. But it's also about being responsible for your own energy. And this is why you've got the Be Strong card, and why you've got Bust Independent. Okay, be responsible for your own energy and your own happiness. Do not look for it in others or in other situations. You are responsible for that. And this is why your inner healing is very, very important. I hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.